Hello, welcome to my video. In this video that I recorded a few weeks ago, I'm doing an install of this carbon fiber wing, replacing my stock wing on my 15 STi. Basically, the stock wing was experiencing a lot of clear coat damage. I guess because of the UV, the sun and everything. So I was thinking of replacing it with another wing. I like the WRX wing a lot, but it was just kind of pricey and it's a little too tall for my liking. So alternatively, I was also thinking of just de-winging the car and just having it like, the regular WRX with no wing, or even maybe like a little duck lip to it. But I always liked how the car looks with a nice wing on it. So here you can see I'm going over the parts, the individual parts. This was from Carbon Reproductions, I think, if I remember correctly. It looked pretty nice, and everything was obviously really light too, especially when I was holding the base here. I was like, oh wow, it's pretty light. These pieces, I originally had no idea what they were for because there were like no instructions or nothing was labeled to, so I kind of just put that back. This template is what you use to drill the holes, but I thought it was pretty funny because they shipped it in this box, like literally just this box by itself with bubble wrapping. So I was like, what's that all about? Like, you couldn't include this in one of the other boxes. So here I remember like laughing about it. I was just like, that's so absurd. But oh yeah, so here I had accidentally forgot to record it, so that's why you'll see some of the those tabs that I had pulled out. But I'm just going over like which ones to pull out basically. I have never done this before, so this was like my first time taking this trim piece off, as well as like drilling into the trunk. But today, or rather that day, I was just kind of like, you know what, it's an old car anyway, it's not like it's brand new. So I was like, I don't care, I'll do it. I already spent the money on the wing anyway. So here you see I'm just going through and bolting the wing. I think it's through the base that it's mounted on. But my original plan was to take the trunk off like entirely and just work off of like a table that I had in my garage, and get it off like that. But I ended up deciding, eventually you'll see in this video, but I was just like, I'll just do it right here. But here I am just trying to take it off. I forgot what was holding it still in place. There was something that I had missed, I think, a bolt. And I think I was trying to look at it there. But here's when I was actually just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take the whole trunk off. Yeah, see, here it is. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just left it on instead of trying to take it off. For some reason, I thought it was easier for me to just take the whole thing off and then work on a table. But here is when I actually got it off. Yeah, and then I put it back. Surprisingly, I didn't like drop it or scratch the car. So I thought that one drop over there was gonna hit the rear windshield, but it didn't. Yeah, I started plugging up these holes because I was gonna start the drilling process after I cleaned it. I did a quick wipe down. I think I even did a clay bar if I remember correctly. Surprisingly, it's pretty dirty under there for it not even being openly exposed, I guess, to like elements, but it was a lot dirtier than I was expecting. Yeah, so here's the template. This thing was pretty confusing at first because it does say to drill 2 holes, but when I lined it up, I noticed I really only had to drill 1 hole. I believe it was the top hole that I had to drill because the bottom one already lined up with an existing hole. So I didn't have to worry about that, luckily. I think if you have like the WRX, which don't have any holes obviously because there's no wing on it, that's why I guess they include the 2 holes on the template. But luckily, I didn't have to worry about that. I just had to do 1 hole on each side. Here, I think I just laid down more towels just to catch like all the metal shavings that would come down. And in my head, I know I probably am not showing it, but I was actually kind of like scared. I was like, oh God, I hope this goes well because I've never had to like drill a hole into a car before. And I totally forgot to put the drill on like a higher speed too. I think the first hole actually went through fine. I think it was the second one, if I remember correctly, that I had to struggle with a little bit. But I got that one done. Yeah, it's pushing that one a little bit more too. But yeah, see, just the 1 hole. Thankfully, it did come with an Allen key. I had Allen keys, but I didn't have like a wrench with the little bits attached to use that instead. So if you have something like that, I would recommend using that instead of the Allen key itself, because those things are such a pain in the butt to use and they hurt like your fingers. I know they were hurting my fingers. Both base pieces, I didn't really struggle screwing them in. They both pretty much lined up with the holes, thankfully, and they just screwed in together. I think there was 1 bit that wouldn't reach the hole for some reason. Luckily, I have additional like screws and whatnot, so I was able to find a decent replacement that actually reached. But the hardware, yeah, wasn't really, I don't know, like I was even looking at it before I started and I was like, I don't know if these will reach. But most of them did, just that one didn't. And again, here I'm using that freaking Allen key. Really wish I had purchased like a wrench set with the Allen key bits. That would have been so much easier. I did end up buying one actually, I think like 2 weeks after this, because I had something else that I was working on, and it was like so much easier for that project. But at this time, I didn't have it, so here I am trying to use that Allen key with that tool. I think this is after I already got the wing on there. I didn't show it because to put the wing on, you kind of need 2 people. Just because you want to be careful with the carbon fiber wing. You don't want it to like drop and scratch or something. So you definitely want second hands on there. And I didn't have anybody at the time. So I just asked my fiance. And she was very willing to help, but she didn't want to be on camera. So I edited her out. But as you can see, the wing is already on there. Right now, I'm just tightening it on. the base mounts actually didn't have the 3 holes that you see there. I had to actually drill them as well. But like I said, this thing came with no instructions, so I didn't know that until I got to this point. So luckily I was able to just drill the holes through the carbon fiber bases. But I didn't know that ahead of time. So here I am with like the carbon fiber bases on, and I'm like, oh God, now I gotta drill through them in order to mount the wing on it. So I wish they just kind of like told you that ahead of time, because I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I was only prepared to drill through the trunk, and I've never worked with carbon fiber at all. And I was like, oh God, what if I drill a hole and then it shatters or cracks or just falls apart or something? Like, but thankfully none of that happened. It went pretty well. It was like drilling through like plastic or something. It was pretty easy. But I got the wing on there, and now I'm just putting that trim piece back. Make sure if you do buy the same wing that you really tighten that wing on there. Because after I got that Allen key wrench set, I did go back and retighten it, and there was a lot of additional tightening that needed to be done. And this is a wing that's on the trunk that's experiencing a lot of like downforce if you're driving fast. So you definitely want it on there really tight. Otherwise that thing is going to come flying off, and you don't want that. But yeah, that was it. I did a quick wipe down on it just to make it look really nice and shiny. I try and keep the car covered, especially more now because I don't drive the car as often. So with all the carbon fiber accent pieces that I have, now this wing, I use this spray that helps UV protect it. But I still have a car cover on the car now. But that's it. I hope you liked it. I like it a lot. I feel like it makes the car look a lot more aggressive. You know, it's a nice touch. Anyway, hope you liked the video.